'Cause at the time I was 24 and all of a sudden I was responsible for 350 people across 21 offices in terms of all of their training and development with very little experience. And so it was a bit sort of baptism of fire. I'd been doing a bit of it in my last role. I went up and got trained, did my CIPD learning and development, and yeah, basically just learned on the job and got right like stuck right in, and that was pretty much how I kind of got there. And then I had a massive breakdown, burnout, about 2 years in. And had, well, I would say a bit of an existential crisis in terms of what am I doing here? How did I get here? And if it's not this, then what is it?
24 as well. Wow, that is young.
Very, very young to have an existential crisis and also to have that wrong.
So you took a step back then and thought, I mean, firstly, congratulations on getting such a high powered corporate job at such a young age. But it does sound like 300 people with, did you feel like, did you have the imposter syndrome where you felt like everybody was looking to you, but you didn't have all the answers? Was that kind of,
Yes and no. I think it was more, I had a lot of self expectations in terms of what I thought I should look like and behave like. And there was definitely an air of confidence that I was displaying or trying to display that I think was very heavy to carry. And I come from very humble beginnings. I'm a first generation to go to uni. Grew up in a single parent household, low income. Grew up in a council flat. So to kind of end up there and end up there quite young, I was carrying all this sort of like emotional and personal baggage of people like me don't end up here, and who am I to be in this, and trying to kind of manage that personally was kind of all beginning to unravel, which is what led to sort of part of what led to kind of that breakdown. But it was, yeah, it was very much trying to put a mask on to fit in and to be what I thought was what was needed or wanted.
I think we all do that, don't we? Because I'm like you. I am from humble beginnings. My dad was a roofer. His entire family were council estate. I'd class myself. I say this in the office, and everyone laughs at me. I'm working class because that's where I came from. My whole family are working class, and so yeah, to build. I'm the same thing. To build my career from when I moved to London, the same sort of thing. I went through a lot of that imposter syndrome because I was surrounded by Oxbridge graduates. They were everywhere, and I was from Leeds. I was from Harrogate actually, so it's not quite Leeds, but it's a bit more. I don't know. It's seen as a bit more, and so I'm like, yeah, I felt like I was always trying to, and I'm not sure that everyone does and doesn't talk about it, which is why people should be a bit more open and authentic, which is why I wanted you to get me on the show because I love the fact that you're completely sharing where you've come from and you felt that pressure to like be the person that people that you expect people to be. Like when I started this podcast, it was about there's so many marketing podcasts that are about how great people are and how successful they are, and here's a successful case study. Whereas not many people like talking about you just opened with that. Put it away. The existential crisis. Not many people are that honest, and it's refreshing to me. And so, is that? Do you use that learning from when you were like 24 to today? Is that where you took a step back and then you thought, right, I'm going to do everything authentic? Is that where authentic Alex came from?
Yeah, it was. I'd gotten to a point that was, I was in a really bad place, let's be honest. I was depressed, anxious, stressed, suicidal.